Well, hello there, listener. My name is Matthew Renfro, host of The Fro Show, and you're listening to another great Four-Eyed Radio product. For more shows, check out foureyedradio.com.
It's your good pal Steve-O from the 4i Radio Network. I'm here to talk to you about a wonderful designer we all know, Revenge Lover. Illustrates and designs that fit your personality. For samples and inquiries, please visit revengelover.com. And just do yourself a favor and tell them Steve-O sent you. I know it really doesn't count for anything, but I mean, come on. Who are you gonna trust? You gonna trust somebody else? No, you're gonna trust me, Steve-O. Because, face it, I'm awesome.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another week of Appropriately Inappropriate. How y'all doing? Hope you had a good week. Welcome back again. My name is Kevin Elliott. You can follow me on everything that is so-called social media. Excuse me, at I am Kevin Elliott. That's what it is.
You're so bad at that.
I am Kevin Elliott. Fuck off. You're the worst. Nancy, what can anyone find you on and where?
Hold on. You can find me on Instagram at Ngarius.
You did it perfect.
Oh my god.
Oh, so close.
Right.
So close. Cool. Let's see. So yeah, thanks for listening. All that cool stuff. If you want, this Monday, so like tomorrow, well, if you listen to this on Sunday when this comes out, this coming Monday, I will be on the International Bad Boys Hour podcast with Sam Tripoli telling the Chipotle story. So if you haven't heard it or read about it,
gaining any speed?
Yeah, it just did.
I'm surprised Chipotle hasn't contacted you yet. Like they may be following you now at this point.
I don't know.
It's in their best interest.
It is in their
contact
best
you.
interest. It really
And
is.
maybe apologize.
They need to give me a free card,
Forever.
a card for free food.
And one for your son. For
Yeah,
damages,
it was horrifying.
Collateral damages.
It was horrifying. So listen to that
just to
podcast. I don't know if you can listen
Kevin
live.
and
If
his
not,
son
it
walked
comes
in
out
on
later that
someone
week.
in the Chipotle bathroom,
Yeah, we saw.
barefooted, making sex with each other. So, and the things you do in bathrooms, this was so much worse.
It's the worst thing
You
I've
should've
seen in a
turned the
bathroom.
lights off. Oh, hey, sorry, guys.
Nancy's doing stuff for my act. So yeah, man. Well, I'll be doing that, and then Sam will be here in a couple weeks, headlining Stand Up Scottsdale. So head out to that, and you'll see me and him and other people or whatever. Nance,
Kev.
what's been going on, man?
All right, so Kevin and I were talking a little bit earlier about something in my house that's just ruining my life. My daughter got a Segway. I'm not positive what they're called, but it's like the bottom of a Segway. It's just like the foot part, so there's no handle or bar or anything.
I've seen those.
It's like instead of walking, I guess.
Remember, so it's like
roll around the house.
not the Heelys, right? Remember those were the
Oh,
shoes
we
with
have
the.
those. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So those are even too much now.
I
That's too
hate
much exercise.
Heelys, especially when I wear flip flops.
But I've seen them before, only on
They're at the
videos,
mall.
never in person.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's impossible to keep your balance.
It's hard. I mean, I'm top heavy, so I can't really do it. But
I wouldn't
I've tried.
suggest you get on that at all,
try.
being
I can
pregnant. No way.
But it's hilarious. They just like rock back and forth, and they're on this wheeling thing. And I just say stuff now like, "Don't ride that next to the pool," and you know, kids, it's crazy.
It hovers off of the ground?
It's on the ground. It's on two wheels.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's just like two wheels, and that's
It looks like
all
it hovers,
is.
but that's weird. I don't know how they
I
keep
have
their
a video. I'll
balance.
show it to you. But it's cool. I'm terrified for my kids.
Yeah?
Just
I
terrified.
mean,
My husband took it into work today. Everybody had a go at it. Like he was like the superstar at work.
really?
Yeah, it was funny.
That would be cool to bring into an
Show
office.
up and, roll around.
I'm sure
your
everybody
office.
would love that.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
cool.
sue the company
Absolutely.
for when they fall.
And my poor dogs are just beside themselves. It's like, oh my god.
How are your dogs, man? It was National Dog Day the other day.
Dash, the young boy, is great. He's just the best dog ever. And poor CJ, she's not doing good because she's almost 14. She's like 200 pounds.
Yeah.
And your dog's not doing good.
Yeah, I mean, my dogs are dying, but, that
Your
happens.
dog was sick.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, she's lived beyond
Right.
her life expectancy. So
It's like me being diagnosed with cancer at 90. Like 90 is going to kill me, not cancer.
yeah, and they're also like, you have 2 weeks to live, but it's like 8 months later.
Right.
You know, so it's like, I mean, we expect you to go a while
Yeah.
ago. Now it's just annoying. What are you still
That's how
doing here?
my
Now
dog is.
it's not.
13 and a half. She's supposed to live to 8.
Yeah, that's insane, dude. That's 2
I
lives.
don't know what that dog's doing.
Yeah, you know what? It's weird because you have a dog for so long.
Yeah.
But now this sounds so insensitive, but I'm stoked to get a new dog.
Well, do you know what kind you're going to get?
Yeah. So once both our dogs kick the bucket, and listeners, I'm not a horrible person. I love dogs.
You
I
really
absolutely love
really
them.
love
But
your
my
dog.
dogs are very old, and we should outlive our dogs. Like it's not. This shouldn't be like, oh my god, they're dying. What do we do? Like this is expected when you buy the dog.
Like what is my parents had a dog and it had God, I sound like such an idiot. What's a cancer doctor
I don't know. A doctor?
that just specializes in cancer?
Still a doctor? I have no idea.
No, they had a special vet that specialized in dog cancer. I'm just like, give me a fucking break.
Jeez.
Yeah. I'll
That's
look it up.
super specific to go
That's a super big
to
word.
vet
Why
school.
can't I?
But yeah, so once my 2 dogs kick it, my son wants a golden lab.
Like a golden
He wants a
retriever
lab
mixed with a lab? Okay.
and a French bulldog.
Those are cool.
Yeah. I want an English bulldog to the fullest. It's my dream dog.
English bulldog.
But they're
Are they
so
short?
expensive. Yeah.
Okay.
They're short and stocky. They're very expensive to buy, and they're super unhealthy. So
Oncologist. An oncologist
Oh,
for
yeah,
a
all
dog.
right.
Give
I've
me
heard
a
of
break. Put it down. Just kidding.
But look, I posted this thing on Facebook telling about Mooks because we went to the vet, and it wasn't. Yeah, it's bad news, but it was expected news. I wasn't surprised. She just wasn't feeling very well, so I didn't know if these were her last hours. But they let us take her home, and people started writing back on Facebook to me like, make her last day incredible. And they were all telling me what they did for their dogs, and then they're like, oh, we just gave her anything she wanted to eat.
Yeah.
And I
that
was like,
killed
dude,
her.
why not? Why not?
Gave her a whole chocolate cake.
Yeah, but
It must have been her last day. I don't know.
if that's their last day, dude, like, all right, my Shar-Pei loves turkey.
Yeah.
It's her favorite food.
Yours too, Thanksgiving.
Oh my
Tell
God.
her it's Thanksgiving.
I'm going to bring a full-size turkey home, cook it up for her, and just put it on the ground and let her have at it. And
Yeah.
her favorite drink is Miller Lite. Don't ask me how I know that, but she goes ape shit when she sees Miller Lite. She licks the
Does
bottle.
she know the look of the
Yeah.
specific bottle?
Yeah, and I don't bring Miller. I don't drink Miller
That's
Lite.
not your jam.
No.
Interesting.
But she loves it, so I'm going to fill up the dog bowl with it. I'm going to throw a huge 20-pound turkey on the ground and be like, do it up, get sick, dude, because once you're done,
Yeah.
you're kind of done. It's like death row.
Right.
You get your last
What's
meal.
your last wish? Now, my dogs, I feel like it's their last day every day. Like, they're so fucking spoiled rotten. They get walks and treats and whatever the fuck they want every day. So it's like,
You're a good dog owner.
so yesterday I just posted pictures of them, and that was the only difference.
Yeah.
But then it was funny because at first I'm like, oh God, Facebook is coming up with another holiday. Like, Facebook is like National Facebook Day.
Every day.
They come like that was Waffle Day. I celebrated that. It was Dog Day.
Of course you did.
I did. I have nothing else to celebrate. And then I was like, that's so stupid. And then by the end of the day, I was like, kept going on Facebook just to see everyone's cute dogs. Like, oh, babe, look at this one. It's like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, who cares? I do. It's cool, man. I'm a dog lover. National Cat Day, I'm out. I won't watch that or look at that. I don't like cats at all. They can't be trusted.
No.
I'm not a fan. But I get if people are. It's totally. I mean, look, you're a
I'm
cat
not.
person. I get
My
it.
kids aren't. A lady came up to my daughter the other day. We were at Marshall's or something in the pet section looking for beds. And she comes up to my daughter, and my daughter's 8. And she goes, oh, would you like a kitten? My cat just had kittens. Fuck you, lady.
Yeah.
Like, that's trying to like take advantage of a little kid. So she goes to her parents and says, please can I have a kitten? And then I can't say no. Well, I can say no. My daughter doesn't like cats either. She was like, I don't like cats. And the lady just walked away like, you people are bad. Oh, and she's like, she starts talking to us and she's like, well, I have 6 dogs and this many cats. And I'm just like, you're gross. Get away from me. That's gross.
It is.
Like 12 pets in
Yeah,
one
because
house.
even when somebody, all right, there's the crazy cat lady thing
was
people
the
talk
crazy
about, right? If you have a bunch of cats,
everything lady.
even if you have a bunch of dogs, it's weird.
Gross, yeah.
It's like, dude, just pets in general. I feel like you have 6 pets in your house. That's a lot of pets.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of hair. You can't keep up with that just from like.
I know.
cleaning.
I have 5 pets in my house currently. All right, 2
Serious?
dogs, 3 fish, and it is just
God.
out of control.
Fish are disgusting.
Their scales are everywhere.
They're shedding their scales. Did I ever tell you about when the bird flew in my house and ate my fish?
Yes.
See,
I've had birds fly in my
That's what
house,
needs
dude.
to
It's the
happen.
worst. Takes forever to get them out.
and then the cat kills the bird. I
Yep.
don't know what kills the cat.
Well, my dog killed the bird. The second it got out of the house. And then there was a little tiny baby bird that came in, and that was the one that was the quickest. Just walked out like after an
Yeah.
hour.
It's
It's
done.
like, all right, cool. See you later. Mosey on out.
I saw the coolest Facebook video the other day. This guy was trying to get an owl out of his house.
An owl?
An owl.
That's fucking
And he was
crazy.
scared. He was just
Yeah,
like,
because
"Oh my
they're
God."
big.
Yeah, he was big.
And I don't think owls are that nice.
No, he wasn't happy.
How the hell did it get in his house?
I don't know. Oh, it was an open window.
Holy moly.
Yeah, that could happen to us. Just close your windows, everyone.
Yeah, an
Birds are
owl,
dangerous.
They're huge. I mean, they don't look big, but their wings are big.
They're like a bird of prey.
A Burt Reynolds of prey. All right, we got this intro's going
Longest
long.
intro ever.
Guys, we have Erick Biez and Anwar Newton on the show today. Anwar's been on the show a bunch of times. He has one of the most downloaded episodes of all time when he was on with Chappelle Lacey. He is back again. They're here to promote a show that they have going on that's really, really cool. It's a stand-up show. September, it's next week.
Fifth, maybe?
No, 3rd, 4th, something like that.
Stay tuned.
So they'll tell you in very soon, and they'll tell you all about it. It's awesome. Super stoked for those guys to be putting this on. And they'll tell you more about it. We'll tell some stories. We'll have a lot of fun. Hope to entertain you. Hope to make you laugh. So, still, no intro music. So you'll hear us in another segment. Don't make that face, Nance.
Are we just shooting the shit on this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's shoot the
Just
shit,
on all
man.
of them.
Just yak it up.
Let's literally
Do it with
shoot
you.
shit.
Okay, so who's
I'll provide the shit.
actually keep an easy button?
Please don't push it. Fuck.
Every time. It wouldn't be an episode without
It
the
just
easy
reminds
button
me,
going
man,
on.
when Grant Cotter was on in his episode, he pushed it every
whole
5
time.
minutes.
Really?
Yeah, it was so fucking
Did he
annoying.
want like an easy way out of the podcast? Was he trying to like escape? He
Dude,
was like secretly
we-
sending Morse code.
We ended it short. It was a short episode. I was like, dude, I get it. Just get the fuck out.
That was easy. It was
So-
like his first time. I wanted to just be like, take it.
Guys, yeah, Anwar and Erick are in studio. What's happening? How you guys doing?
Hi, guys.
What's
What's
up? What's
I haven't
up?
been here in a while. You were just here, right?
How long ago was the other episode with Chappelle?
A couple months ago.
Yeah, you've been here recently.
Man, well, how long has it been since you've been on?
With Dan Amaro. Like,
It's been a while. That was a while
Man,
ago.
Dan Amaro's dead, so I get
yeah.
this.
Really dead?
Yes, he OD'd on brownies.
Yeah, he's we buried him yesterday. Just his career. No. Love you, Dad.
Oh,
He's
damn.
not dead.
No, I just realized, for anyone that's listening, it's not that they're running out of guests. It's just we're starting to do newer things. So we want to promote them, so we asked to be on.
Yeah.
And, like, I kind of felt feel weird because Kevin was like, you guys were just on. Like, yeah, so now, like, if the show just, like,
we should
fizzles
be-
or we're just going to start a new show just because we want to do podcasts all the time, we're just too lazy to start our own.
Yeah, we could be paid regulars.
He's like, come
Paid
on.
regulars of the podcast. You could pay us in your kindness, Mr. Elliott.
I've done it, dude.
Yeah,
You're wealthy
I
in
know,
that.
I know. Probably paid us too much.
Cup runneth over.
Probably overpaid.
I like that. I don't want to start my own podcast. So I'm just going to come on yours.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make up a new thing. Like, oh, actually, I've got this one-man show I'm working on.
Slowly
Come
hijack
promote
it.
it on the podcast.
Just go around.
So just edits us out.
That's perfect, dude.
I'm gonna
Next week
start-
I'm on this podcast. The week after that I'm on the one I did 3 weeks ago. I'm just in rotation.
Just claim other people's podcasts.
He's killing it.
That's brilliant.
Like, who's this Kevin Elliott guy? Oh, well, we have him on a lot. He's a guy that lives in the building.
Someone we had on the show recently wrote in and said, "Thanks for having me on your show, Kevin." And Nancy, you were fun too, or something like that. I was like, "Oh,
Who said that?
Dumb," because Kevin does the best intros. I always fuck up the intro. And he's out there in the clubs with you guys, so I was like, "Aw."
That was just last week.
Like your co-pilot. It was just last week.
Yeah.
It
God.
still
Is it like
stings.
you're
It
the
still
White
stings.
Robin Givens in here?
Wow.
Is that like
No,
we
I'm
think?
Black Robin one given.
Yeah, the black one.
If you were listening last week, you'd know that.
That's one thing I actually do really well is like when I'm like around and like even if I'm going to work or whatever downtown, I only listen to like local podcasts. Like I have some national ones I listen to, but I listen to this one. I'll listen to the Thank You for Being a Podcast. I listen to Steve Merrick and Jamie Sanderson's one.
The S&M
podcast.
Comedy podcast.
I listened to that one. Who else? I feel like there's somebody else that I'm missing. There's a new one that like Roman Grisby just did.
Yeah.
The
saw
One
that.
Must Go.
Ton of podcasts, man. I can't keep up. I can barely keep up with the podcasts
I just like to
that
listen
are
to make sure
good.
no one's talking shit.
That's how when I first started listening to him, Kevin like gave me all these good ones to listen to, and it was just like I kind of got anxiety. I'm like, I can't listen to all of this. Like, I don't have that much
They're
time.
like, I don't know who they're talking about.
Yeah.
I just listen to local ones just to see if anyone's talking shit.
I think I hit like a spell where I get tired of listening to podcasts. Do you ever get like that? Like you get like sometimes I go on a hiatus from podcasts and I'm like backed up for like a month. I think the longest hiatus I went on was between 2010 and mid 2012.
That's
And I was like, I haven't listened to any podcasts in like a year and a half.
Better catch up.
Yeah,
I
and
always
that was
feel
like
I
listening
have
to him
catch up.
every day. Like I
Mine
was just
usually
going
is just when
back.
my cell phone gets shut off. Then it's like, all right, I gotta like, wait till next payday to start these podcasts.
Some of my friends, they're like, oh yeah, I'll listen to your show. They're like, I got to catch up though. I'm like, don't even listen.
Yeah, it's not. This
You don't
isn't
need to catch
Serial.
up. I'm not-
Just
I'm
go.
not telling
It's
a
like, well,
story.
can I just jump in or should I start from the beginning? This isn't
Yeah.
the fucking Wire. Jesus Christ.
Right, exactly.
They're like, yeah, I really like you and Nancy. Like, yeah, you should have seen the first 3 hosts, but they all died.
Like your character kind of changed.
Season.
Nancy, why did your character change since the first episode?
They killed off my first character.
I'll do that though too with podcasts where I don't stop. The only thing I listen to are podcasts. I rarely listen to music in the car or anything. I just listen to podcasts for the most part. But I will get burned out on something and just be like, I won't unsubscribe, but I will just instantly delete when a new episode comes on.
Yeah.
And I'll just be like, I don't
Right,
want this
you
right
can't.
now,
Clog
dude.
up
I'm
the
just,
feed.
You
yeah.
gotta pick and choose.
My favorite podcasts are podcasts that talk about other podcasts.
Really?
A lot like this podcast right now.
We're doing that right now.
What kind
Right
of podcast
now.
is it? Well,
Podcast,
this
podcast.
episode,
It's funny
we're
'cause
talking about
when we'll
podcasts.
tell a story and it's like alluding to something we talked about last week. I always, and Kevin too, we always try to be like, okay, for what you don't, if you're listening, this is
Yeah.
what we're talking about, and to catch them up real quick.
That
Well, there's
is
sometimes,
adorable
like, I'll
that you
hear-
think you get new listeners.
I just feel like it's the polite thing to do for my one friend who's trying to catch up.
That's what
It's
I'll
great
hear
when-
you guys talk, and like I'll sit there and be like, I was there for that, or I was at this, and then I'll come on and be like, yeah, you guys are talking about this the other day. Be like, we talked about that 3 months ago. Like, oh yeah, I just listened to
gotta
that.
catch up.
When the hell were we talking about that? Like, oh, I just listened
My
to it yesterday.
favorite is when someone will come up to us and be like, why'd you say this about me? And my first reaction is to go, thank you for listening. Okay, now let's fight.
That's the way to get new listeners. Just talk shit about people. You gotta go listen to this episode. Talking crazy shit about you on that
We had this one
episode.
guy on, and he's like, first of all, you guys are not gay. I'm like, oh, you were listening.
You like what we said about your mother too?
Yeah. That was episode 38.
Go back.
Thank you for listening.
It's just I used to do radio in college, so it's like the whole thing is like this isn't live. This comes out weeks later. So I'm sitting there going like, why aren't they talking about this shit that's happened in the news, or why are they talking about this thing? Like that episode already came out. Everyone knows what happens. Why do they not know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, because they recorded this a week or 2 weeks ago. Like it's not a
Anything
regular.
happened in the news? We
broadcast.
haven't done news in so long.
Yeah, we haven't done that in a really long time,
we
man.
haven't done lists or news.
Well, Obama just got reelected, right?
Yeah.
Damn, they need a new episode.
That is pretty big. I mean,
Wow, he's
black
trying
guy
to-
in office.
Trying to roll out universal auto insurance, so get that vote in. I think he's gonna get covered on everything. You don't have to pay for shit.
It's the bundle.
We'll
right?
just talk
It's
about
the
Thinking the
bundling
bundle,
stuff,
bundle.
the
Yeah,
Obama
so when this
bundle.
podcast comes out,
Dude, that's even
we'll just do
better.
future news.
Well,
So when
the
the
vice
podcast comes
president.
out, they'll be like, yeah. So actually, I'm pretty stoked about how Megyn Kelly and Donald Trump released that sex tape. And be like, dude, that just came out yesterday. When did they record this?
I'm psychic.
Maybe you can like re-record your podcast and put in like the newest hottest event like just before you release it, but it would be like it would be like completely different than the tone of the other podcast. It just kind of dies down. Oh, did you guys hear about this? And like the laughter dies down. I don't know. This in my head sounds funny, but I don't know if it sounds funny while I'm saying it to you guys.
It sounded funny on mushrooms.
We'd have to edit, and we to date have never edited, so it's kind of live. Kevin took a phone call on our podcast today, I think.
But if
Everything
you guys
in
have
the-
never edited, when do you post the episodes?
Sunday.
But unedited.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Everything
okay.
in the news is horrible. There's like nothing worth talking about this week. Let's,
Yeah.
let's
No.
I
not
don't know.
even-
I don't watch the news.
Neither do
I
I.
literally don't watch it.
Do you know
at
what
all.
year it
Good.
is?
Yeah.
What?
Do you know what year it is?
Yeah, I mean, I
For
know the year
now.
because I have to write stuff. Like,
Oh, you can write.
yeah, but so I have to date things, but I never know that day. I always have to look. Like it's never like just knowledge I have.
Now,
Still
I
has a
feel like
flip
we should
phone, so we
do
can't
that.
tell you the
I just imagine you run up to people, shaking them, asking them what the name of the president is.
What year is
You don't even
it?
know what's going on.
I mean, I know stuff. I just don't. Yeah, I don't ever really watch the news ever.
Sure.
I don't, either.
I don't who
like it.
DVRs the news? It's not like a fun show to watch.
Right,
Well,
and
did you know
it's
Taco
not-
Bell has breakfast now?
By the time you watch it, it's old news.
Yeah.
So
Can you tell us who won the Cardinals game the other day? against
That
the
I
Reds?
could do. I watch sports.
I don't watch the news. It's just one channel
I watch
over.
sports.
Did you know McDonald's is serving breakfast all day? These are the real
Wait,
news
they are?
stories.
Hold on, slow
See?
down. Is that
yeah,
for real?
slow down.
That's for real.
That's for real.
They're trying to destroy America, dog.
No.
Destroying and
breakfast
making
is
us
the only
smile.
That's-
McDonald's I eat. So
We
that's good
need
news.
control. You can't just not give us. You can't just give us everything, McDonald's. We need the control of knowing that we're too lazy to get up to savor a delicious McDonald's breakfast. So if we get it all day, this country's going to hell in a
I heard,
handbasket now.
They have to. You know why? Like hospitals and all that stuff are kicking McDonald's out. Like
Good.
McDonald's that are in hospitals, they're done. No
Oh,
more.
man, now
because
I
it's
can't-
not healthy in a hospital's where you go to get healthy. Or
Is it?
First, they're going to kick out
Or
McDonald's.
is it where you
Next,
go to
it's
get
over the
drugs?
aggravated nurses
Oh.
that don't want to be there. They're the
Yeah.
worst. I love McDonald's hash brown or the McDonald's breakfast because then
I
I
do
get the
too.
biscuits and then just take it off and put hash browns on either end.
Right. How am I supposed to
Throw
eat
that
my
dusty biscuit away.
How am I supposed to eat my Vicodins if I can't stuff them inside of a hash brown?
what are you, a dog?
You puppy.
I give my dog pills.
You give him hash browns?
Shit. My dog has like pills in cheese. We put pills in hot dogs.
You know what's funny? You come back, your dog's like railing a line of his pills, like, I can actually just take these.
Just eating a whole
You were
pile
supposed to see
of-
this.
You don't have to hide them. I'm
Country
hiding them
style
from
Vicodins.
you.
Much better than swallow. All right. Well, let's.
I'm excited about the breakfast.
It
Nancy's
changes
heading there.
everything, doesn't
It
it?
does.
Nancy's headed there right after we're done recording.
Listen,
And this is at night,
Pop,
by the way. We're recording at night. Nancy's there.
What if
in
he's
line.
wrong and
First
everyone
time
goes to
I
McDonald's? They're
edit
like,
ever.
bunch of bullshit podcasts in their lives,
Lying.
spoof news.
No, it's
No,
future
what if I'm
news,
just
dude.
getting paid by McDonald's?
It's,
don't even know.
future news.
What if I'm wearing a McDonald's wire right now?
McDonald's
Like,
snitch.
push the McFlurries, push the McFlurries.
Yes.
The McFlurries are $2 though.
My little sister used to work at American Eagle, and they had headsets, you know?
Yeah.
So if there was a customer and they didn't say talk about their credit card, they got in trouble at work. They got to talk about the credit card.
yeah.
I
They're
hate
supposed
that
to
as a
mention it
customer. I
3
hate
times.
that.
Yeah.
Mention the credit card 3 times. So
Until
they're
you're
all
completely
tapped in
frustrated?
on the headset.
Yeah.
Yeah, until you're so pissed you want to leave.
God.
So yeah, it's just
So I don't. Okay, so go through it. If you're her, go through that
Okay,
transaction.
Hi, and, welcome to American Eagle. Today our jeans are buy one get one half off, and open a credit card today and get an extra 15% off. That's right when you walk in the door. Then let's say they're in the dressing room. Okay, and if you buy these on your American Eagle credit card, da 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 da. Then when you check out, you
Okay.
you in the credit card.
So-
3 times.
So
Old Navy's
the
supposed to do
store
it.
is supposed to hit you 3 times.
times.
Now I'm thinking the actual checkout when they're like, "Did you find everything okay? Because we have a credit card
And
that's
they always
50% off."
say, Are you
And then in the
sure
middle
you
of the
don't wanna
transaction-
open because this could be saving you $10 or whatever right now.
Yeah, that's Target always tries to
I
do
gotta buy these
that.
khakis
Target
for
does
work.
it too.
I don't want to be here right now.
Yeah.
Totally.
I
I
hate
gotta buy
the
cold clothes.
I hate the bureaucracy that comes with places like that. Like I used to work at Red Lobster years and years and years ago, like yesterday. And,
Red Lobster.
but when I worked there, like they had that spiel they have to give. You know, when you're at most like box
never been.
chain
Tell me.
restaurants, you got to give that spiel to the table that you can't just be yourself. So you got to push this, you got to push this fresh fish bullshit, which is a lie. We're in Arizona.
Right.
Then you got to push.
Came out of the
You gotta,
canal.
yeah, you gotta
The
push
lobsters
this.
are animatronic in the tank.
Right, you gotta push the lobster fest or the crab fest or whatever else. And I came up to the table, and I was like, I saw in their eyes they didn't want to hear it. They wanted the fucking Admiral's feast. Just bring it to them.
They just wanted
so I
biscuits.
didn't say it. I walked up. I was like, "So what do you guys want?"
Yeah.
You know, I was just like, "Let's cut
And
through the
they're probably
bullshit."
so happy.
And they were like, "Perfect. Let's get a couple of coats." We went
Yeah.
Admiral's feast and those Cheddar Bay biscuits. And as I'm walking back to the manager comes up and he's like, "You didn't give the spiel." I was like, "Bitch."
Yeah.
I am wearing a
They
floral,
ordered food, didn't
shirt,
they?
button up.
Required amount of flair.
Did they not purchase food immediately?
Yeah, that's the goal.
They're still sitting there. They're going to eat.
It's not
order
like they got
something to
upset
drink.
and left because I didn't say that we had fresh fish and a fucking lobster in a tank. They get it.
Yeah, everybody knows it's called Red Lobster.
Yeah, they
And
know
I
what
don't
they're
even
here
think
for.
Lobster should be that red.
No one's here coming to Red Lobster like, "Hey, can you give me a suggestion?" Fuck no.
What's the catch of the day?
What do you suggest? They want butter and fucking crab biscuits.
What's the kids say? Perch. We dropped it on the floor, but only once.
Damn, man.
I always wondered because at Red Lobster they always have those different multicolored fish shirts, but they always change them like every 3 months. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I've never seen those outside of Red Lobster. Like, just Google, like, we can't take those.
You haven't been
Or
to Red
is there like
Lobster.
a
I've
been to Red
Sudanese
Lobster.
refugee village where everyone's dressed as like
You have
Red Lobster
not
waiters?
been in Red Lobster in years because they stopped doing that like 5 years
and
ago.
you know
Oh, really?
they stopped doing it. That's funny.
I know because I was wearing that white, like trying to be like some sort of like fine dining experience.
Oh, yeah.
I even had Stockholm syndrome. I like convinced myself that this is fine dining to justify the level of service I was giving people. I was like, yeah, like the full courses. Let me suggest desserts. Like this is bullshit. I'm killing people.
What's your finest wine? Well, there's one in a jug.
White or pink?
Do you want a picture of Splenda with your meal or no?
There's one in a jug.
Good Lord,
love it.
man. But I hate those spiels that corporations make you give out. Go fuck yourself.
Oh God.
I never really had like kind of like super corporate job. The only one I had close to it is like, I think for 6 or 8 months I worked at a what are the timeshares, the kiosks at the mall.
Oh,
where
God. You were one of those
I'm
people?
surprised
You sign
didn't
people
get
You were
to
that
show up on the
asshole?
tour, and if someone showed up for the tour, you get $100 cash. So that's what I do. Like, hey guys, ever make it down to Sedona? How about a free $100 the next time you go down?
Absolutely.
Just stop by this. I've never been on a timeshare tour, so I didn't know how big of a deal it was. I'm like, cool, people actually, and I'm like, you legitimately give them $100 when they walk out.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah. And I was like, dude, why wouldn't everybody go do this? So then I signed up for one on accident. I got drunk at Iron Maiden in Coheed when they played at Auction. And they're giving away free flights to like whatever, to like San Francisco or Vegas or I think something to Florida. And me and my girlfriend at the time were drunk. And we're like, let's go do this. We're going to get plane tickets. And we actually went and sat through. And like afterwards, I'm like, is this what I did to people that whole time I worked there? Like, it was like one of those Nazis after you see the damage after World War II. You're like, what have I done?
Is it bad?
I'm
Did
the
they like
worst.
hard sell you?
Mother Germany.
Oh, and the dude that hard sold us had like what looked like a Red Lobster shirt with all the like bright colors, unbuttoned down to the middle. He had slick back. He was like kind of balding, but had slick back, long hair. It was like greased back.
I had hair when
very
I
white,
started.
hairy arms, gold rings on almost every single finger,
Absolutely.
a big gold watch, and like a chest hair full of gold chains. And this guy's like, you know, it's really important if you get these. Like, he looked like his car lot got shut down by like the DEA, and he's like, well, I could sell timeshares. That's not hard. It was like the creepiest dude. Like, after I walked out, and I was like, I want to call every single person I made go on those tours and be like, I'm sorry for what I did. I didn't know any better. I was young. I was trying to work my way through college.
You look like a dude where
awesome.
Red Lobster can be a theme for your entire life. Just Red
Well, my
Lobster, Red
stepmom, my
Lobster.
sister, and my stepbrother worked at Red Lobster all throughout when I was in high school.
So most of your family's most important events were Red Lobster.
Yeah, I had a lot of Red Lobster
Great Christmas
leftovers. Yeah.
Never been.
And then I worked at the mall, and my manager would always make me leave on my lunch break to go get her bags of cheddar biscuits because I had relatives right there. They would just give them to me. I wouldn't have to pay for them. And she's like, make sure you bring back a bucket of ranch. So I
Got to
literally
go take a
my
long
15
break.
minutes off and just go pick that up. And I come back like, can I have lunch? They're like, no, your break's over. And I'm like, I hate this job.
Cheddar Bay
That
biscuits
sucks.
are just grenades for fitness. Just destroy your entire health and
They
well-being.
sound incredible. What are they? Just biscuits with cheese inside?
God, you
And
don't want to find
garlic
out,
salt.
Nancy. You don't want to find out. You'll ruin your life. You'll ruin your life with Cheddar Bay biscuits and all-day breakfast at McDonald's. Don't go down that road. Don't go down that road.
I asked this question: people that worked in restaurants, would you eat there now
Oh,
after working
yeah.
there?
Fucking Red lobster's delicious, motherfucker. I'll get married
That's
there.
the only reason I got jobs at restaurants is because I used to eat there. And I'm like, I want the discount. So there's this place in Flagstaff, Salsa Brava. I worked at all these sushi restaurants in Flagstaff that I liked. I worked at a fine dining restaurant called Josephine's. I work at a brewery now, except this is the first time I've had a serving job at like a brewery or like at any restaurant where I don't get half off and I don't get a discount on drinks.
Ooh, talking shit.
No, I got a paycheck today. I'm happy where I work. I'm saying this is the first time as an employee that's never happened. I was like,
That's
we got all
weird.
this food to
Do
try.
you have
And
to
they're
be an
like, "We're gonna do
employee
that."
for a certain amount of time before they give
No,
it
it's
to
just
you?
a new spot, so they're not in a spot where they just give away stuff even to employees.
Yeah,
You
makes
worked in a
sense.
Yeah,
restaurant?
that's why when they gave me that spiel, they're like, "Look, we just opened. We don't
Yeah.
even know how much money we're making or we're losing." And I was like,
They do.
"All right, I'll wait."
I
I'm
worked
trying to
at-
cover my tracks right now. Are you fucking me?
If you're listening to this on a Thursday when it's released, Erick Biez needs a job.
I worked for Mexican.
He has a
food.
lot of experience in the food industry.
Which one?
A lot of
Agua
experience.
Wells, right down the street, and I still would eat there.
Yeah.
Chips and salsa don't appeal to me anymore after that, but other than that, I'd eat there.
I just
the
don't like
food
people
was
couldn't
legit?
keep it in their
Yeah.
mouth. Like, it's
Yeah.
just a chip. Eat it. Why is half of it on the floor?
Right.
You don't have a child at your table.
Oh yeah, that's the worst. Yeah, I'd still eat there. Do you eat Agua Wells?
Yeah, I love that place.
That was my first
Man,
job.
it's great.
Yeah,
It's great
I-
Mexican food.
I was doing a lot of underage drinking there. That was,
Yeah.
that was incredible.
Oh, really?
That's why I kept the job.
We used to do that at a sushi restaurant, which I'm not going to name it, in Flagstaff. We would drink on the job because they'd give us employee cups. And then we found out that...
Styrofoam cup?
Yeah, no, like the plastic ones that
So
look
you
like
can't
Mountain Dew
see through
Pepsi. You couldn't really, but what we would do is we found out
Fill
that
with
if you mix
soda.
sake and Dr. Pepper, it tastes just like horchata. So we would just fill up the
that?
vases because you couldn't see the vase filling by the camera.
Horchata is like cinnamon milk, cinnamon Mexican food.
Yeah,
milk,
pretty
right?
much, yeah. But it's really delicious. So we would
They
do
have
that,
it
and we'd
filled
fill up
with
these things just with sake and just wait tables and get drunk while we're at work.
That sounds like
and they could
fun.
never tell
That
because
does
you
sound
couldn't
like
smell
fun.
it on our breath.
Yeah.
And the camera couldn't see us pouring it, so they're like, why is everyone happy when they come to work here? We're angry Japanese people. Like,
The Americans get here early with a smile on their face.
There's definitely a short list of jobs where you should be allowed to drink to get through it.
All right.
And I think
What are they?
Serving,
Bartending?
being
Just
a
because it's
comedian,
easy?
parking lot attendant.
Comedian, clearly.
Taxi driver, parking lot attendant, bus driver, school bus driver, mailman.
Substitute teacher.
Yeah, substitute
Nursing
teacher.
home.
Not a teacher, substitute
Every
teacher.
year at the beginning of the school year, there's always that one teacher that shows up just hammered, and it's a problem. It's like, cut her a break. You know?
I'll see now. You know what I will see first day. You can tell when one's hungover for sure,
Oh, yeah.
and you're like, you were getting it in before your first day,
Yeah.
and I like you already, dude. I hope my son has you for
Why is
the
my
class.
teacher has the nicest lipstick? No, her lips are stained from so much red wine. To deal with you ass clowns.
I
Totally.
can't tell you how many times I've spilled red wine on my kids' homework. so we bought.
Sorry, the dog's a big drinker.
We bought a copy machine so I can just Xerox
It's like a black
fresh one.
smudge on
Here
this
you go.
corner.
Here you go. Here's a fresh one.
Awesome. The dog's a big drinker. I love it. Oh man! All right. Well, you guys. Speaking of comedy,
I don't think we were.
No, we weren't
I think
at
we were
all.
just literally
Great segue,
bitching about
Kevin
jokes.
We
Elliott.
weren't at all.
Solid segue.
Yeah, well, that's what I know what I'm doing here. All right, I'm running the ship. But you guys have a killer show,
Yes.
coming up next week. Well, I guess
Who
it's this
told
week.
you?
This comes out Sunday. I think I heard it from you guys a lot.
Ain't nothing like this ever been done before.
Yeah, it's the shit,
Like,
man.
it's a new bar, and it's the first time they're letting
Pure
us do something
comedy
like
show.
this.
You never seen comedy this pure at this show. We got to cut 99% pure.
What voice is that?
I just made it up, man. It's
Let's
pretty good.
It's just funny because we're sitting now. I'm wondering because we just had an interview about it with New Times yesterday. Oh, we're on here to plug it. We've been pretty much at every single night out at shows or at bars drinking, telling people, "Hey, I have tickets for the show. Buy them. What's the show? Here's the whole spiel," and going into it. So now I feel like when those people are on their book tour, or "Oh, I'm pushing my comedy DVD," it's like, well, you just
They
did
like, we're
17
getting-
podcasts telling the same exact story. Now we're just
You're
like,
doing a
yeah,
tour.
look, we're doing this
Doing
show.
the press circuit now.
Yeah, you're on the tour.
It's like
Big
we're
baller
doing this
time.
show.
Yeah.
It's annoying as
Come,
fuck,
you're
dude.
gonna like
Like
it.
check you into a hotel.
Hell yeah, man! It's gonna be a good time. I think I'm getting to the point where you're so exhausted with pushing it and trying to get the word out and promote it that I cut as many words out of selling the show as I can. Now I think what I told Biez this weekend, I was just walking up to people, giving them a ticket, and I'm like, You owe me $8. I will see you September 3rd. See you later.
A question for all three of you. Of all the promoting you do for your shows, what works the most? What gets people to shows the
Threats.
most? Threats. Stalking.
Yeah, threats is good.
If you
It's a good
unfollow
one.
somebody on Facebook, they'll do anything to get their follow back. So they'll buy
Empty
tickets.
promises usually work.
Yeah. Some booze,
Look, man,
hand
if someone doesn't
jobs.
show up, man, like we might have some spots open, so buy a ticket just in case someone doesn't show up, and then we'll put you on stage. Oh, man, everyone
Backseat
showed
hand
up, dude.
jobs
Yeah.
work.
Well, yeah.
Regular
I
hand
don't
jobs,
think
people don't
any
really,
hand
but if
job
it's in the
would
back
work.
seat of like a nice car, they'll usually buy.
Doesn't it have to be your car? Or
Does it
their
have
car?
to be from you or from anyone?
It could be from anyone. You can get
Okay.
anyone to like jerk them off. But as long as it's in like a Lexus, people will get a ticket
That
to your
helps.
show immediately.
Okay, good to know.
They're like, so
Doesn't have to be your
rude in
Lexus. So
here.
what I'm saying is force two people in the back
cars
seat of
for
a
all
stolen
of you.
Lexus and have one person jerk the other person off, and they will buy a ticket to your show. It'll be a great time.
And then they'll go, wait, that wasn't the show. No.
No,
Be like, how was
nothing
the show?
to do
I
with
was just
anything.
a story. Be like, I got a better story that happened before the show.
Starring you. Okay.
For everybody that doesn't know, we're starting a show. Our name, we're gonna release the name the day of the show. It's at Valley Bar, which is probably the most popular bar in downtown
Brand
Phoenix
new
right
cool
now.
spot.
It's a basement bar located on Monroe and Central Avenue, and it's in an alley, and it's just this one door with a neon sign that says Valley Bar. You go downstairs, there's a 250-person music hall in it, and then a barcade that has like skee ball, darts, video games. Yeah. It's an amazing spot, and then it's also all underground, so low ceiling.
Valley
really intimate.
Bar.
Yeah, Valley Bar.
Okay.
I feel like if you haven't heard of it, you're not a cool person.
Why did you say that cool
You're not cool. You hear the snaps? Can the listeners hear
Why are
the
you wearing a
snaps?
beret all of a sudden? You have a black beret on.
I got these striped shirts on, you know? It's so cool.
You're a French mime now?
Anwar might be the coolest
so cool.
person I've ever met, though. I mean,
That's
you've
my
got
idea
it
of cool, a
all.
French mime.
You have it all.
It's so uncool that it's cool again.
So
No,
cool.
they're the shit, man. They literally, they're good listeners.
But so we have the show there, and what we're doing this one is we're giving a chance for any comics that are usually features when they come out here for headline. Like they're pretty much we're getting comics that are on the next leg to. They're gonna get their name out there, big stuff.
So
I love to say big stuff.
no first timers at your
No,
show?
not on this one. It's an all booked show where we're actually offering paid
Cool.
spots for headliners that usually do feature work.
spots.
Yeah, so we pay the feature.
Are you paying them in hand jobs?
No.
Don't let them know
They
they're
didn't sign
getting
a
paid.
contract.
Don't let them know they're getting paid.
I was like, I didn't say $500. I said 500 strokes. Yeah, but no. So so the first one we have is we're lucky enough. We have Dean Del Rey and Jeremiah Watkins,
Awesome.
two guys that are regularly featured on the Death Squad podcast network, like Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah.
A lot of things that Brian Redband do. They're popular guests and also like
Cool.
judges on things.
at the Comedy Store all the time.
Yeah, they're basically Comedy Store regulars. However, the feature Jeremiah Watkins runs a bunch of shows out there. He was just on the Just for Laughs comedy festival in Montreal.
And he
was
may be
also-
on this show next week.
Oh yeah,
If he gets in on time.
gets here early.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
we should
Yeah, I
definitely
should say
sell
early.
that shit.
Yeah, I think he already.
Wow.
You
jumped
should
on
just
it, yeah.
say he's going to be here, and then he'll feel obligated. To
Well, the
be
show will be
here.
over. It does him literally does him no good.
Yeah, release it
If he
early.
if he gets here early, it would be the day before, and he won't be here that day. I know he won't.
We so we have him, and then also GQ magazine did the top 10 best comedy shows in LA, and his show Stand Up on the Spot
Yeah.
was number 3, which is at the Comedy Store. And then Dean was just got off tour with Mark Maron. He was on the TV show Maron on IFC. He's been on his Mark Maron's podcast, Joe Rogan's podcast, and he has his own called Let There Be Talk, where he brings in comics, but also brings in a lot of people like in the music business.
He's a
like
big music
you have to
person.
listen
Yeah.
to any of these podcasts he's on. Like he tells this whole story how he went on tour with the Rolling Stones and stuff. Like this guy, I think he started comedy when he was 47. I want to say. Because he had been like, part of the music industry for a long time.
He did. He was in the music. I think he was in his band for like 25 years or something crazy. But yeah, he started stand up like 5 years ago. But he's old. I mean, he's like 42 when he
and the
started
reason why he
something like
picked
that.
up so quickly is because he was like, I'm so behind from everybody else that he just started doing show after show, night after night. Didn't matter. Just got on stage, got on stage, got on
Yeah,
stage.
he still does it that way.
Yeah. Like the first time I think I met him or heard or ran into him, I went to Ari Shaffir did a comedy Q&A at the Comedy Store like 2.5 years ago, and I drove out there with Nick Paul, who's another comic in town, and we were just sitting there. And it's on YouTube. If you go on YouTube and look up Ari Shaffir comedian Q&A, it's like 2.5 hours long, almost 3 hours long. And I remember hearing this voice, and I was like, wow, because his voice is really prevalent. Like you hear it, and like that's a voice that stands out. So when I heard him doing comedy later on, a couple years later, I'm like, I think that dude was at that Q&A. So I went back and listened to it, and you could hear him on it. He even says Dean's name in it. And I was like, oh, okay. So, like, I've seen this. This guy's been around and, like, kind of busting his ass for the past couple of years. So we're happy
to do it.
Yeah, we're happy to have him on for the headlining spot. And basically, based on this show, how our turnout is if it goes well, we're going to continuously probably have a monthly show there. Hopefully, yeah. Have a monthly show there to where we can book comics from LA, offer them a headlining spot, get people here that are seasoned to do it that haven't been up at the big clubs at all,
right?
Haven't been doing regular spots, be it Stand Up Live, Stand Up Scottsdale, House of Comedy, things like that. This is a shot for them to get to do a show with the headliner with this. And it also gives a chance for headliners to not be in a comedy club feel and like get to hang out in just a regular setting with regular people.
Sounds cool.
It's a great show for it's a great show for our comedy scene. Yeah, we got the opportunity to start doing this and have a shot at making something dope. And it's really cool for the Phoenix comedy scene because there's a lot of local shows. We, as local comedians, we know that for a fact. A lot of people don't know about most of them, but some of them know about some of them. And there's a ton of local shows out there. And there's a lot of good comedians as well. And a lot of comedians that always feel like they don't have the opportunity to try to get to that next level. And not to say that, hey, this is going to be the next level, but we're bringing both worlds together. We're bringing the local scene, and we're making it meet up with the scene that's more prevalent in L.A., in New York. You know, comics you might have seen already on TV who have credits, who have names that people know about, and we smash it together and we make a big show out of it. So now you're working together with bigger name comedians. You're at a show where you get to see the best of the local scene and the best of the scene that's about to blow up. You know, just like Erick said, like these comics are like right on the crust to start doing the weekends of the club. And not to throw dirt at the clubs, but a lot of people don't like to go to the big comedy clubs. You know, they don't like to go and do the 2-drink minimum and make a whole evening of it. Sometimes it's too pricey. It's cheap. It's fun. You got cheap booze. It's a cool spot. And everybody's there. We're going to make it a fucking party. So
it's also kind of thing that we set up is like for this one, I mean, we took care of the hotel and took care of their travel. So it's like, wow, it's like I'm going to do a show at a club for a one-nighter, but it's a small, cool bar that apparently is packed all the, like, Valley Bar's packed all the time now. Like, since the doors have been open, on the weekend, you have to wait in line around the corner because it's slammed. So there's always, like, people down there. So they're like, cool, it's a new spot. It's got that underground feel. Like, if you go into the showroom at Valley Bar, it looks exactly like the Nerd Melt showroom in Meltdown Comics, the back room. Yeah. It's that same exact thing.
It's a comedy room.
Ceiling.
It's definitely a comedy room.
Downtown Phoenix?
Yeah, it's right across the street from Seamus McCaffrey's, which is like everybody that's in the service industry downtown, that's the bar that we go to. So literally, it's in an alleyway. Like, you walk down, you see Seamus, you turn, there's an alleyway with like 2 dumpsters, and then people are like, what'd you say was like the scene from Goodfellas? We're like, hey, where's Valley Bar? You're like, it's right over there.
Yeah, just go right in there. Go right in there, Karen. Go right in there, Karen. Just right there. And Karen just runs the fuck away.
I gotta meet my mother.
Like, I'll come to your show next week. I gotta go.
But I know, like, for that scene, dude, it's perfect for Jeremiah and his stuff. Because he's not a party comic, but, dude, the stuff he deals with at the store fits right in with this show, 100%. And Dean, who he is a headliner. You're doing is exactly right. He is a headliner. He's just not booking Stand Up Live and 10 p.m. as a headliner. He's still doing feature work, but it's like, dude, when you see him as a feature, you fucking go. Yeah. Because that show you're seeing 2 headliners for the price of 1.
Yeah. He just got off tour with Mark Maron, so that had been a fucking crazy.
Dude, he's featured for Burr. He's featured for Jay Moore.
Yeah.
Dude's featured for a lot of home run hitters. Been on the road with him for a long time, so he's learned. Not only is he busting his ass every night, but he's learned from the best in the business.
Right. Yeah. That's very
He's
true.
so good, man. There's a reason why 5 years in, this dude is crushing.
I posted on Twitter today just to see if I get more pickups for just people to check even the website to see who's going to be, what date it is. I could buy tickets online. So I was like, well, let me just hit up, because he did Jay Moore's podcast, and Jay Moore's like, I'm going to put my name out for this guy. If you see this guy in your town, you have to go to the show. So I posted on Twitter. I was like, hey, Jay Moore. I was like, I got Dean Del Rey booked for a one-nighter in Phoenix at Valley Bar. Any chance I get some support from your Warriors? And sure enough, I got a bunch of
Warriors?
a bunch of people that are all like Jay Moore fans started adding me on Twitter and looked it up. And then today I was like, hey, Mark Maron, I've got Dean Del Rey that was on your, or I was like, hey, I put WTFers. I was like, hey, WTFers. I got Dean Del Rey at Valley Bar September 3rd. He was just on Marin's podcast. Who's going to come check him out in Phoenix? A bunch of people retweeted that. So it's kind of like that online marketing. That's,
Doesn't Mark Maron's podcast isn't like the most downloaded podcast?
yeah. He's the one who just had the president on in
Fucking
his garage.
president.
Yeah.
Where's the president for this podcast, Kevin Elliott?
You're sitting right there.
Yeah,
I don't
where's
watch
Mayor
the
Stanton?
news.
You can't get Mayor Stanton in here.
I don't watch the news. I don't know. You look just like him, I guess.
He's heard. He doesn't know because he doesn't watch.
Is there a new president?
I'd settle for dead prez in here.
Yeah, let's get Ted Prez up in here. Just bust shit up. Talk about the system. Bring it down.
I don't think we've ever talked about politics in here. It used to be.
I was like, we don't need to start.
I don't know
when
how.
we started this podcast, we were like, okay, our rules are no religion and no politics. And it's really never come up.
Do you ever get the weird spot where you're drinking with someone and then you just somehow some one little hair of politics comes up and they're drunk and they wildly just start going off this thing that you never knew that they were into? It's happened last night. My buddy and I were drinking and then we're just sitting there and like somebody brought up a joke about Bernie Sanders. I'm like, yeah, I was like, he's like going to be a punk rock president. And my friend who's drunk just goes, no. And I'm going to tell you why I think Donald Trump should be president. And the bar just went, like, what is about to come out of your mouth right now? And he was like, I was like trying to be like, dude, you're like kind of, Joshua, you're trolling us right now. And like dead serious in his face, in his drunken eyes. I was like, yo, you're not kidding right now. Like, oh no. I was like, I can't have this conversation with you right now.
We've never even had to enforce our rules because neither of us.
We're not smart enough. Yeah, but we're also not. If
he's telling the truth.
yeah, if you bring it up like you Bernie Sanders
We'll both
and
agree with
Donald
you,
Trump,
sure.
we're both not smart enough to be like, yeah, like we can't carry the conversation.
I was wearing my Vote Yes on Prop
I just agree
104.
with you with everything. Okay.
I was wearing the shirt that said Vote Yes, Prop 104, Move Phoenix, Love Phoenix. And I was like, what's that for? And I was like, yo, if you're a comic, you're going to have to vote yes on this. Like, what is it? What is it? And I was like, yeah, you'll find out. Well, it got passed the other day, and everyone was like, what is it? I was like, they're expanding a lot for transportation, so it means there's going to be more buses and more light rail. So for all you idiots with DUIs like myself, this is a good thing this passed.
Like
You'll get to more shows easier and not have to worry about like, oh, I should only have 2 beers at the show tonight because I got to drive home.
Right.
That is a good
vote according to how much you want to drink. I get behind that. I'd like someone to do it for me.
Those are propositions that I follow. It's like, wait, there's going to be longer, like there's going to be a light rail to the Coyote Stadium, and you don't have to pull like, okay, we're going to stay 3 cars behind the fastest looking car, so that guy will get pulled over. We'll just like, hey, we're not that drunk. Just cruise right by him.
Just cruise by.
Yeah, now there's going to be a light rail to, jobbing.com. Like, cool. Now I'm just going to take an extra Gatorade bottle that's empty because I don't have to pee on that ride back.
Thinking ahead. Smart. See, this is who votes for us, Kevin. Smart men like him.
I like that.
Thank goodness.
I feel good right now.
I'm going to give you a sticker.
I don't vote on passion. I vote on what's going to service me in the longest run possible.
I'm going to sign my vote over to you, dude.
The light rail.
Check 2.
Was it last year? I took the light rail last year to a baseball game. So it was fun. But we had to drive to Phoenix to the light rail to go to the baseball game. Yeah. And one of us didn't drink, so we could drive home. Like, it was really pointless. I could have driven.
Yeah, it was a pointless
It's very counterproductive.
That's why you take the
'cause
Uber
there's
now.
nothing out here
There's a
where
parking
we live.
lot at the light rail.
Yeah.
Like, maybe if there was like a bus stop by my house or a light rail stop by my house, I
use it all the time since I live downtown, and most of the stuff I do is right off of it.
So it's close to your house. Then you just get off and walk home.
But the other thing is, like, I wanted to go to Rebel Lounge the other night, and I realized I could just walk downtown, get on the light rail, take it to Indian School, and an Uber ride to Rebel Lounge is only $5. And I was like, this is perfect. Like, I don't have to, like, take a cab or an Uber. Cause, like, and then I found out if I didn't want to catch the light rail and Uber from Rebel Lounge to downtown. I always find out, like, when I'm drunk, I was just like, well, how much could it possibly be for a cab? I'm like, $11. Screw the light rail. I'm just going to Uber straight downtown.
I like the downtown cabs that were the guys riding the bike.
Oh, the pedicabs?
Yes. I want to see how far they'll go. Like I
want to see how much they can.
I live half an hour away. Will you do
Where
it?
to?
He's all Joseph like, I got a bike back, right?
Yeah, I'll give you a ride back. I'll be sober by the time you get to my house.
How much for a round trip?
I just want to know how many drugs they can sweat.
Oh my God, those guys are working their asses off.
Yeah.
You think
That
somebody's
is
ever
the
told a
workout.
pedicab to just like wait
keep
for them
going?
to come back out?
Yeah.
Like, hey, I got to
dude.
Walgreens.
Hey,
Can you wait
keep
out
the
here
gears
for a
running.
second?
Keep the
They're
gears running. I'll be
running.
right back out. They're just pedaling in place.
Yeah, like just doing backwards pedals. Hey, I said keep the gears running.
Keep the meter running. I don't have a kickstand.
Stay loose, kid. Stay loose. I'm coming right back out.
I tried
Cramping
loading
up.
up luggage on it.
Follow that car.
It's kind of fun.
My favorite people that like practically dry humping on the back of them. It's like, how did you like not realize this dude's ass is right in front of you?
Oh my god.
If I was a
put dollar
pedicab
bills
driver,
in
I just crop dust anyone that starts making out in the back.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I put dollar bills in their pants every time.
I'm literally imagining like everybody gathers in a car to go to a party, and there's just like one seat not available for you, so you jump in the peg. Follow that car, dude. We're just going to the same place. They're like, what?
You're losing them.
Someone sitting on the handlebar.
for any of you that wants to experience these stories, our show is actually located right next to a light rail stop, and there's pedicab drivers everywhere.
Show.
What light? What's the
Valley
stop?
Bar? What's it called?
The
Valley Bar?
Washington and Central stop.
Perfect.
So you
What
get off
time's the
there-
show?
Doors are at 8, shows at 9 o'clock.
Killer.
It's gonna be fun, and
It's
then we
late
also
night
have-
for all you cool kids to hang out.
And say the date one more time.
It's September 3rd. It's
And you'll say it
Thursday.
again.
Yeah.
September 3rd, 2015, Valley Bar.
You gotta say it
9
3
o'clock.
No, 8 o'clock.
$8 tickets.
Be there.
Buy them pre-sale.
What time would you recommend being there?
I always say 8 when doors open.
8
Yeah.
a.m. Like, just don't even go to work and shit. Just get fucking wasted.
Hey, if
Drink in
you
the
do
alley
work-
with the bums, and
Park
then
at the
Take
light
that
rail
Friday
in the
off, dude.
morning.
Make it a 4-day weekend.
Hell, that's
I
what
took it off.
I've been telling people that.
Tailgate at the light rail parking lot.
yeah.
We're kicking off the fucking end of summer properly. This is your
awesome.
kickoff to the end of summer, and that's what we all want for summer to end.
I would
So
love
And it's in a
summer
chilly basement too, so you get away from the heat even better.
Awesome.
It's
It's
gonna be good.
subterranean.
Basements are good.
The other thing about it is like, yeah, like if you guys come down there, I always recommend taking the light rail. The stop's right at Washington Central, so it's literally a block over. And everyone knows where the bar is now, so you can literally just ask anyone on the street, like, hey, where's Valley Bar? And they're going to point at some dark, dank alley with
Yeah.
trash cans, like, back there. How much money do you have in your wallet?
What you want to do is walk down that alley with your cell phone and your wallet in your hands, just in the air.
Like, don't
So
shoot,
it'll happen
man.
quickly, and then you go on the show without your possessions.
Where is if you don't take the light rail? Where's parking?
It's mostly street, but actually it's on a Thursday, so meters go till 10 p.m. The best parking I know is without paying is 3rd Avenue. There's parking lots. I don't know if they validate
You're
at Valley
so
Bar.
helpful. Look at
Carpool.
all-
Carpool with
Yeah.
some friends.
Anybody ask me any of this? I don't know.
Yeah,
Figure it out. You're an
yeah.
adult.
Meters are still 10. 3rd Avenue I know has no meters at it. That's why I always tell people like if they do the light rail, it makes everything easy. You don't have to pay like anything
Right,
for
you have to
parking.
worry
Yeah.
about anything.
But
Get
like I said,
there at
everything's
8.
walking distance downtown.
Pay
So
the meter for 2 hours, and you're good.
yeah.
If you have a
Meters
really
not the
nice car, I'll valet park it for you. I may not be at the show afterwards, but
Oh yeah, that's what
I'll park that shit.
So the show is Anwar's going to be hosting it. Excuse me, Anwar's going to be hosting it, and then we
So
have
show up a little late.
yeah, no, get out of the way of that one. Let me get people.
Yeah.
Show starts at 9. Get there at 9:15.
Yeah,
You're not
they're
missing.
15. Let me figure out what
Stand
my
in the
life
back
is about.
and be loud for a little
I'm
while.
just kidding.
Once a comic comes up, then walk in immediately and sit down.
Be loud while you do
Single
it. too.
file, like marching in to sit down.
I literally this entire like since we did the interview yesterday and this, it's literally like, yeah, this show's gonna be fun, and he's like, show up whenever the fuck you want. Who cares? I don't give a shit. I'm like, wow, we're really selling this to the bar, aren't we? They're gonna listen to the podcast and be like, I don't think these guys even care that they're doing a show.
Just take things, whatever. Don't even go to another bar.
Take things.
I'll periscope the show to you. Just sit at another bar.
The people that we have on it is Anwar's hosting, and then we have Kristen Davis, who runs the Monkey Pants shows in Tempe's on Thursday. He's going to be opening. Also, Paulie Casillas is going to be on as well. He's the one that runs the Switch show. Are you on the 2nd at the Switch?
Yeah.
So we're going to be promoting at Crescent 2 on September
Man, fuck
2nd.
Paulie's show, man. We ain't pushing Paulie's show here. We talking about the
I'm
Valley
on
Bar
Paulie's show, so I want people to come check that out and buy tickets for our Valley Bar
come-
show, which is the next
Wait,
day.
wait,
Go to
Did you say the
Paulie's
name
show,
of your
but we're gonna
show? I
talk
forgot.
shit the whole time.
We're dropping the
They
name of the
don't-
show
yeah,
at it.
they're
yeah.
not saying the name.
So basically, we're
Because
just
I keep
saying-
thinking, like,
Yeah.
I already forgot. What's
Yeah.
wrong with me? Good.
We're gonna
It's
do
not
the
me,
name
it's you.
at the show, yeah.
You.
No, I'll be at the Paulie show. It's whatever. Paulie's not that good.
I'm just trying to tell you guys, show up to the Switch show, you can see us on stage, and we'll sell you tickets to our Valley Bar show. There's a reason behind everything.
I don't think Anwar's in the know about any of that.
No, I'll be there September 2nd at Crescent Bar Room on the Switch. So come there and get some tickets.
Yeah.
He's right. I'll stop being a dumbass and talking shit about Paulie. I love talking shit about Paulie Casillas. I love that dude.
But dude, I'm excited. It's gonna be a cool show.
It's gonna be
Be
fun,
dope.
and that's the other thing too. Is like I want everyone to hang out, and plus there's so much stuff like at Valley Bar after you're done. Like everyone can go next door. There's pool tables, shuffleboard, darts. skee ball, pinball, bunch of the family of the Cards Against Humanity. They have stand-up arcade games.
Oh,
There's also
shit.
this really creepy room
Love
that's like a reading
arcades.
room that kind of looks like an opium den. It's like a secret room they have in Valley Bar, and they do
porn room.
book club classes in there. Yeah,
There is
it's
cameras
what
in
it
the
seems like.
corner if you want to film some pornos.
Yeah,
some,
it's some eyes wide
Oh,
shut
good.
type
All right,
room.
yeah.
Just making sure.
Cool, yeah, I'll be there early.
We're under that.
Don't wear any underwear. That's all I'm saying. Make it quick.
You don't have to tell us. We know. It's only twice.
I mean, if you guys you haven't been to Valley Bar yet?
No, I haven't been over there.
See, I think you guys are gonna like it a lot. If anything, too, come to the show and check out the bar. Wow, this
That's
is a
fun
really
for me
nice
because I
spot.
can play games.
Yeah, the
But
place
also,
is great.
I want
Skee-ball
to
shit.
let everybody know, all the comics, you gotta come out and support. You gotta come out and support the show. Make sure it happens. Because if we don't turn this into a monthly, you're only losing out. This is an opportunity for us to get a really dope show out there that you can be on.
The other thing too is why would a person do a
Yeah.
headlining show if I'm not doing a big club, why would I come out there and do some other show?
Yeah.
Because last time I tried to do it, it was people that didn't know me or whatever.
Yeah. Come
And just
out
kinda,
and support it.
No support with other comics too, and that's kind of one thing is the more we go to all these shows like this, maybe I know a lot of them go to big name clubs too, but the more you have these small $5, $8 shows, $10 shows,
People like
you
that
go to
more.
that. The out of town comics or headliners that'll be on those shows are just wow, this place is awesome. I'm going to tell everybody when I go back to LA, oh, you guys should do some of these rooms or start doing this stuff and that's what I always tell comics too. If they run a show, why wouldn't you go and meet the feature or meet the host or meet the headliner? So you let them know oh, I have this show. So next time they're out of town and they're somebody's hey, do you know any spots I can go in Phoenix? Oh yeah, I met this dude that runs a show on a Sunday night, or I met this dude that runs a show on a Wednesday night. I got his info. I'll send you over to him and stuff. Because that's what happens to me on my Monday night shows and all the shows I do. People come in from out of town when they go out there, or somebody in LA, hey, I'm going to Phoenix. Anybody know anyone? I wind up getting messages from random people in LA hey, someone so and so told me about your show.
You're like a tour
I'd like to
guide.
do it. I'm
A
just
comedic tour guide.
A funny tour guide.
Is
Yeah.
he funny?
I just like to be a pro.
Comedic tour guide.
Incredibly helpful.
Dude, I've got 5 years without people knowing that I'm not funny yet.
He's like a
Somehow I've made myself an important person without telling one fucking joke.
I'm so tempted to ask you. I feel like I could ask you anything right now. Where's the best turn down service? It's TripAdvisor.
Oh, Palomar?
Here, but it's going to be this much if you want to park and it's cheap and nice. Everything.
I should be a hotel
Fucking knows
concierge,
this. He
but
knows this.
I just drink behind the counter.
He's he's
They'll be like, hey, what bar should I go? They'll be like, dude, let's go to Seamus. I'm out of here. I just take my badge off. I'm just let's go.
Erick Biez is the patron saint of Central Phoenix, and he's drunk all the time, just like the city of Phoenix is.
Right.
But it's
I
fun.
get
I can tell by what a person's wearing. I'll be like, you should go to this bar. You're really going to like it. And they're
Really?
like, oh, you're just pigeonholing me or you're stereotyping me. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're going to go to that bar. And then I see him next time. I'm like, dude, that bar was amazing. I'm like, I knew.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
If someone's dressed in a suit and tie, I'm like, you're going to go to this bar or this. Well, I'm a big beer drinker. You're going to go to this spot,
Okay,
this
what?
spot.
Recommend a bar for Kevin.
Kevin's going to go to Seamus.
Stay in your garage.
Or he's going to go to Marley's or something. Whatever.
I
has a
love
sports
Marley's.
area.
There you go. Okay, pretend I'm not pregnant. Where would I go?
You would go to either Bitter and Twisted, which I think you would like. You would like the Rum Bar because that has awesome wine selection. You would like.
You're on. You're
Yeah.
on it.
I think you would also have a good time at Brophy Preparatory School. Just drinking in the parking
I
lot.
think I've been to their basement.
It's a great way to turn up in front of some high school kids.
I love
And then
it.
there's times where if I meet you and you're a dick to me, they're like, where should I go? I'll tell you a bar you're not going to like.
I think your calling is like
Yeah.
tour
I think
guide.
There's some guy
travel
that's being a
guide.
dick to me at work dressed in a suit. He's like, where should I go? I'm like, you know what? You're really going to like the Bikini Lounge. That's where you should go.
Kevin, I think you'll really be
sounds
good.
awesome.
A happy hour to Applebee's.
Did you
You
know you
turn
had this
properly there.
Did you know you had this gift?
Yeah.
He's
Well, it's
gonna
not
tell us
what's
what our
that.
signs are next.
No, because I used to live in Flagstaff. When I lived in Flagstaff,
Yeah.
people would always, tourists would come into town. Like, hey, we're trying to find this spot, or we're trying to find a good spot to eat. I'm like, you go here, here, here.
Yeah.
Where are you staying? This is the closest spot. It's like I was a concierge, not getting paid for it.
Yeah, you need
But
to
I
start
don't-
getting paid for it.
I don't like
Write
dressing up
articles
for
or
work.
something at least. Put it somewhere
Yeah.
people can
You
read
need
and
to
know
put
what's
a
up.
service together. This is wasted
Literally,
talent
dude. Like,
right here.
What
and
if I
the-
just do concierge like Lucy did in like the Peanuts thing, but instead of psychiatric help, I just have a box and I stand next to like the Subway the Subway sandwiches downtown. Like, what are you looking for? And they tell me, and they just drop $5 in my bucket, and I'm like, all right, where are you going to go?
You need to work for like American Express Black
It's a
Card or
little
something.
expensive. I think
Well,
we'll work out the
there's
business
guys already
model.
downtown. They're called the Downtown Phoenix What Happening people. They're ambassadors. They wear an
Okay.
orange shirt. It says ambassador on their back.
That sounds
There's one man.
important.
I call him the mayor of Phoenix. His name is Hans. He's the coolest dude there. Always wears this cool little straw cowboy hat, and literally he'll tell you where the best specials are, where the happy hour is at, what night it is,
Yeah.
who's playing this, what band's going to be at Crescent. You just run into him, and he's got this deep voice, and he seems really cool.
Like a Yelp, like a company like
Beating
Yelp.
you to
Well,
your
when
head.
he loses his job at the brewery, he
Right.
could just be a
Stealing,
Phoenix
they won't
ambassador.
free stuff.
No call, no show, sleeping in the parking lot.
Eating cheddar baked biscuits.
You're wearing a lot of orange slurts these days.
Yeah, I'm an ambassador now.
It's like where you need to go.
That's so important, right?
Yeah, fuck
The
yeah.
worst
Like
thing
we
about it is
live
the ambassador have to
here.
walk around downtown outside. Like, I don't want to do any of that.
You got to get yourself a Segway. It's like a mobile office. Like a
I like
mobile
those new
office.
Segways without the sticks. The hair.
I
like,
have one of those.
Dude.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I got it
How does it
yesterday.
work? How long does it take to like actually?
I'm gonna let you watch a video. But keep talking. I'm gonna let you watch
Yeah,
a video.
You know what it looks like? It looks like the alarm clock they sell now. That like when the alarm goes off, it rolls around your bedroom, so you have to get out of bed and chase the alarm clock.
My husband sets his alarm clock on the other side of the room on purpose.
That's what I do with my cell phone. Like
Yeah.
I'll take my phone, charge it, set the alarm, and
And
and then when it
chuck
beeps,
it
I
across
wake
the
up,
room.
it's like it's under clothes.
Nancy's
No,
showing
you're
a
not
video
watching
of,
Child
Yeah, how do
Porn.
you
That's
get
my
this-
daughter.
of her daughter riding the.
Okay, if you guys have
Whatever it
seen
is.
this, they're like these mobile scooters. They look like Roombas for adults.
That's exactly what they look like. They're
Yeah.
harder than they look,
Yeah.
and they're
Dude, it looks
cool.
impossible. I don't know
That's
how you
my
keep your
fault for one
balance.
of those. There's a lot of videos of those going
I've
around.
seen a
I
lot
like
of them
those.
falling.
Is there?
Like,
Did
it's
you
like
see the
their
video
feet
of the?
comes out from under
Did you
you.
see the video that reporter dude who knocked over Usain Bolt with his Segway?
No.
Oh yeah.
The runner? Yes, I was watching that before I
don't
came
know.
here.
The runner?
It literally looks
He was
like a.
running, and
Yeah,
some
you
guy-
Usain Bolt. He's
Yeah,
like
and some guy
super
on a
famous.
Segway
This is
knocked
literally-
him
God damn it,
over
This is
at the
literally
race.
a
Yeah,
object
I
that
know.
was made for Japanese businessmen to now when you go to Tokyo, Japan, there's going to be a lane of just men in suits on those
They're
things
like
leaning
little phones.
slightly forward, just like in their own lane.
Hey, at least they invest in their infrastructure. Hey,
Hey,
Hey?
Wow, so we're doing world news, world politics.
politics, infrastructure issues.
We go local.
Let's get into some religion. I
I was
think
just saying,
Jesus
as
was a
long as we
Republican.
don't do religion, we're okay.
This way,
I think
Mayor
Jesus
Stan
was a
got.
You
conservative.
think he was Republican?
I think he was a conservative.
You think?
No, I'm not. You guys are not really interested.
I have no idea how to respond. I don't
I ain't
know.
closing on some down note.
I
No,
think Jesus was part of the Tea Party. Okay.
Republican.
Tea Party.
Matt Stories has a show pep rally tonight. He's like, I had a special guest tonight, and Mayor Stanton just got reelected. I was like, if it's not Mayor Stanton on a grid bike jumping a shark like the Fonz, I'm not coming to your show tonight. Because that's what our mayor just got reelected, and my friend that lives downtown, she has this obsession with taking pictures of him because those green bikes that he has downtown. They're the grid bikes. He rides around because he's sports.
them,
Yeah.
and you go from one station
Well,
to the
our
next,
mayor
right?
in a suit, business suit, rides around town all day. It reminds me of the mayor of Portlandia in the show where he's
I
always
like
got the helmet
Portlandia.
on.
I think that's a
And he's
great
on that
show.
bike, and I was like,
Portlandia's
"That's a
dope.
cool mayor. That's a cool ass mayor."
Bike riding mayor. I mean,
That's a mayor that'll show up to like a meeting in like a sleeveless shirt. Like that's my
Man,
kind
you
of
can't
mayor.
be that cool and not have some skeletons in the closet. He's probably got some dark skeletons in the
yeah,
closet.
probably tons of DUIs.
Probably got like
It was like something even cool. He's like, he's like, I used to bounce
probably
at the
like-
Bunny Ranch in Vegas.
Probably like breeds rats in his basement. Just, oh, these are my friends, you creepy bitch.
What is like Willard?
Yeah, he is, dude.
What's the question? If you got elected to office, what's a secret somebody would find out about you?
I don't know why you just said that you're from Chicago. If you got elected to office,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why I said that either. I don't-
Polish guy.
I'm trying a new accent.
It's called nasal.
Like, people pose that question, and I'm like, I mean, nothing. They wouldn't find out anything that would. It's stupid. Like,
it's like
I
if you elected
I
office,
don't
what
know.
would you do first? It's like, well, it's not. I'm not king. There's paperwork and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Fix the school cafeteria.
But I hear that question, and it's like, yeah, because these politicians are fucked up. They do like real crazy secretive stuff.
Yeah.
But
I've
since
never
I've
been
never
arrested,
wanted to
huh?
be in politics, when I get asked that question, I'm like, I don't
Cool, 'cause
nothing.
You've
Like,
never been arrested. You could do it.
yeah, it would
I've-
just be boring.
Oh, that, okay, that reminds me. This Ashley Madison. Are you?
Oh,
does
yeah.
Everybody know what this is?
Dude, I'm super stoked on that. Like,
Is
I
this-
literally,
so dope.
I
Is this
consider
real?
hackers
Is it?
are like the
So
world's
dope.
only superheroes.
Dude,
Because hackers can take and like by their own accord.
I
what's
heard
right,
why
what's
it
wrong.
happened. Did you hear why it happened?
Why?
Dude, it's awesome. I
You
guess
don't even know, do you?
No, I do know. I do know. I do know.
Let me make this improv
No,
real
really.
quick.
Does anybody know?
So hold on. Let me look at this real quick. I look it up.
Did Mike Moses tell you?
No, dude, this isn't one of Mike's conspiracy theories. The hacker contacted Ashley Madison because I guess when you deactivate your account, you still have to pay like $20 for them to legitimately just get rid of your name
Everything,
completely ever. And the guy said you have until such and so date to
Deactivate.
literally not deactivate him, like get rid of the fee.
Yeah.
Get rid of the $20. When people deactivate, it's deactivated. And he's like, if you don't, I will blast everyone's name. And they didn't do it. They called his bluff, and he was like, all right, dude, here you go.
Yeah.
Fucking 32 million people.
The best thing I saw about it is that they saw because there's so much like names and emails and everything
Right. This
that they have to go through.
big
But they
deal.
said there's a huge percentage that have .gov and .mil on their email addresses.
Yeah.
So it's like
Idiots.
political people, military heads, and
Of course.
There's,
We
but
all do
there's
that.
also the background of it. There's been like. Actually, I'm not going to say that because I was like, hey, all this funny thing.
Is your email on there?
I ain't married.
Mine is. No.
I
don't got a wife, still on there.
What if
I'm just on there trying to meet
a
some new
husband
people.
and a wife were both on there? It's like, it's a
I,
wash.
I guarantee that's more than one
It's
time.
like you, all right. We'll just
Guarantee it.
Whatever happened to good old-fashioned key parties, you guys? Why do you gotta get emails involved?
They understood each other more than ever at that point. They're like, this
Right,
marriage is
maybe
going to
they-
last. We fucking hate each other. We both know it, though.
Yeah.
We've been lying to each
I
other for
heard
20 years.
some quote. It was like, if you truly love someone, you could imagine yourself killing them, but then you'd miss them too much, so you don't. And I was like,
Did you just
Oh,
come up with
that's
that right now?
Whitney
Yeah,
Cummings has
something
that
like
joke. Is that's what love is? Like you
love someone enough to kill them.
Yeah.
But you'd miss them too much.
I don't
so you
know how she says it, but it's like perfectly
said
it's
that?
said. Whitney Cummings.
Oh, okay. I just
That is
read
some
it.
single white female.
Yeah, yeah.
Single
Oh,
white
so it's-
Yeah, but every
female.
single
I
married
Yeah.
person goes, yeah, I get it.
It's
Yeah.
like, I love that you missed me, but you just told me you'd literally end my life.
Yeah,
so
yeah, totally.
It's gonna work out.
I mean, not all the time.
Like love is wanting to kill the person you're with,
Yeah.
but not actually doing it. Like
Yeah.
you would never do it. That's what real love is. Or
Man,
something
Man, I'm
like
about to
that.
make a
but
site
the funny
just
thing
like
is,
that. That's
is
fucking
the
incredible
reason for
hustle.
not is like your own selfish reason, because
Yeah.
I'd be lonely.
Yeah. It's like, wow, so you're really self-centered. This has nothing to do with me whatsoever.
So does anybody even know the name of the dude who made Ashley Madison? Is his name?
Oh, I thought
'Cause
it was
that
Ashley
dude-
Madison.
It's actually James Madison.
It's James Madison. That dude has to have like the fattest fucking bank account. Like that.
Well, I
why
think he
wouldn't
did,
you?
But now is
Thirsty ass dudes is
Oh, he's
the
getting
biggest
sued like crazy.
economy
For
in the
everyone?
world.
He's getting sued like crazy because it was supposed to.
Hey, you
in,
know
in
what?
the contract it says your name will not be released no matter what.
I bet you he's got the money to fucking deal with it too.
He did.
Thirsty ass dudes is the biggest market to tap into in
That's
the
actually the
entire
website he's
fucking
starting.
world.
Thirsty ass dudes.
Thirstyassdudes.gov.com. Just cover all the bases.
This is I'm sorry, this is a Whitney Cummings joke. I had to look it up. My definition of the word love is being willing to die for someone that you yourself want to kill.
Oh, okay.
Nah. It's not as funny as
No wonder her show got canceled.
Yeah, you really. Oh. Beautiful. Talking shit on a Thursday.
It's easy to talk shit to someone you'll never work with or meet.
And like, oh, he's not important.
I thought she was really
Who
funny.
said what?
Who
On
said what?
I liked her.
Why do I care?
what were you saying before I interrupted?
About
Doesn't
Ashley
matter.
Madison's bank
It
account?
doesn't matter.
Oh yeah,
guys.
no. Oh, what I wanted to say
Doesn't
was because
matter.
it was like $1 billion company,
No
or
way.
it was at least close. Like it made a shitload of money, and
He can pay off all
literally
his legal fees.
Yeah, but
So was
but
Enron.
literally now it's done. It's gone. It's you went from making all this money to now you don't have
Yeah.
that coming in anymore.
Do you
I
have
get
the
it.
memories?
I understand.
Kevin, that's what's important.
Right, everybody else is
Well, that's why I like that it happened because like all that anonymous stuff. Like I feel like hackers are literally the people that actually have a superpower. It's like, guess what? I can
Yeah.
get all this shit that I think you're a bad person. Like with the Hillary Clinton emails that they're going through,
Right.
all the emails that came out when not Edward Snowden, the other guy, the one that went to
Elliot Spitzer?
no, who was the
that
kid that
different.
pulled all the
WikiLeaks.
the WikiLeaks stuff? I can't
I
remember
thought that
that.
was Snowden.
No,
Right.
Snowden's the one that was
Snowden's
talking about the
NSA.
NSA. He's the one that
The
called out
WikiLeaks
the
dude,
NSA
they
emails.
just made the movie about him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark Zuckerberg.
No. Shit.
Yeah, the Social Network. Good movie. Good movie. It was all right.
Oh, it's the guy from Is Anyone Up? Is
But
that what we're talking
I'll
about?
I'll say this about Ashley Madison. Until this scandal happened, I didn't know about it, so it was working.
Yeah.
So there's that.
It's pretty damn good.
Whatever happened to good old fashioned
3.8 million
revenge porn?
dudes
People
found
are
a
mad
way.
about that.
Yeah.
You know what
Ruin
this is? You
anyone's
know what it
family.
is? It's it's evidence that men can cheat in secret. Because 3.8 million dudes were cheating in secret for years.
And is it for only men or maybe not?
Yes, it's only for men.
No. I mean,
if you look at how many women are on there, there were
no
women on that site.
Well,
it was like
5.5
million women.
I can't imagine it's just for men. I would imagine
it's
there's
women on it too,
out
but
there
women don't need a website to cheat on their
No,
spouse.
they just need to be able to
their
walk
go
out.
They were all
They
bots.
leave the
They were
house.
like all.
In a backseat of a Lexus.
They were all computer algorithms, like just talking sex to these dudes.
Oh,
like they were just
Simone,
like,
that
"Why
was
want
Simone.
to jerk you off? I hate my hubby."
So wait, there's quadriplegic women on the site?
I imagine that they talked to them in like a fucking Stephen Hawking's voice, like, "I hate my marriage."
It wasn't real. It's a real
of them are
affair.
bots, some of them are-
set you up with a real person, right?
Well, some of them are bots, some of them are like, if you ever had
Some.
like an OK Cupid site,
No.
there's bots.
They said it was like 120,000 women total.
Yeah.
The 38 million dudes. This is the 120,000
But there's also a bunch
real
of dudes
women.
that are hitting up other dudes like, hey, I want to dress like a lady. What do you want to do? Well, my wife's annoying the shit out of me. I don't want to watch TLC tonight. I'll come meet you at a
ever
motel.
thought
We can play
about-
dress up.
You ever thought about quitting your wife and going gay?
What about the guys that just had Ashley Madden not to cheer their wives? Like, I just want someone to watch Sports Center with. My wife won't let me get cable.
Buds! I bet you was a ton of groups
Giant-
of dudes that just got together and resolved their marriages over football
I was
games.
gonna say it's just a giant fantasy football league.
It's a big Hey, you want to join my Ashley Madison League?
They're so pissed. Why now? Why not till after the season?
Dude, he didn't pay all his dues.
$20 league fee.
That's all those fees were. Somebody had a huge pot.
This hacker's like, this motherfucker doesn't pay me for the league.
Their wives found the only like place they could get away from their marriage so they can keep going strong.
They actually closed down
Now
Ashley
all the
Madison
marriages
and just opened DraftKings. Just changed the LLC.
Yes.
That's what actually Ashley Madison should have been, just called DraftKings.
Holy shit.
We figured you out, Ashley Madison. You're a good dude. Kept a lot of marriages strong.
Oh, that's the best. I'm so jealous of that joke right now. I'm so jealous.
It's like, fuck, they found out. Shit. I got Adrian Peterson this year.
My husband's seeing this other guy. Adrian Peterson? I don't know. Holy, apparently he talks to him every Sunday, and he's like just yelling fuck all
Where
the
are
time.
you every Sunday?
And all the people who are in on it too, like the credit card companies are in on it. It's just like giant companies.
Finally, these dudes can escape their fucking football-hating wives. 38 million dudes.
We look up who's Ashley Madison. It's like some third-string quarterback. That
Ashley Madison plays for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
just always been
He's
on the
rich
practice
as
squad.
fuck, too. He's just like, I don't care.
I wonder if shit to the football hating wives. What if it's the guy who's like, God, every time we go on Sunday, my wife overexerts herself. Like, yeah, you guys ready for our team? She's like, bitch, you are embarrassing me right now. You're like, yeah, this is my favorite team. You don't even know who's the starting QB. Oh, I want to go somewhere else on Sunday. Can I have new friends? Your wife just goes to the like games by herself. Like, I don't know where you went. Said he had to work late.
Well, we're sorry, America. We ruined it for all the dudes out there that just
Secret's
wanted a
out.
fantasy football team.
Sorry, man.
What do you think is worse, a wife that hates football or a wife that is so falsely into football because she's trying to make you happy?
Falsely.
It's just like,
that
oh,
was
We
clear.
talked a long time ago about his perfect woman, and he said your words were, "She's got to be into sports, but not more than me. Like not more."
Yeah,
into
then
sports
it's too
than me."
masculine.
Yeah, it was like it's
anytime I
gotta
meet a girl that knows more about hockey, I feel intimidated. I'm like,
Oh, your feeble masculinity. Look at you guys.
No, it's 100%
not
true.
supportive of sports, but not
Right.
into sports.
Like, yeah, if I meet a girl, she's like, oh, I'm a huge Suns fan. And I'd be like, dude, all right, me too. Like, I love sports, the NBA. And she's like, yeah, I know. Like, what do you think they should do with Markieff Morris ever since he came out with it? I'm like, whoa, you need to pump the brakes and
you
get a
have to be
dick.
fine
Like, I
that-
can't talk to
have to
you
be fine
anymore.
going to the game on your one day off, but you can't be the chicks like, you should propose to me on the 50-yard line. It's like, I'm not even that into football. And the whole team should be there. We should go in the locker room afterwards. Like, why are you going in the locker room all the time?
I think dudes who like have to incorporate their favorite like pastime into their marriage are fucking losers. I hate that shit. You see it like
Kevin's gonna go home and take his
Star
like,
Wars
Little League
weddings,
bat off the fireplace. Like,
like football like proposals and Star Wars weddings and comic book shirts and like, dude, you can't fucking let go of your nerdery for one fucking day to marry your wife.
you literally just discredited
Fucking
every
loser.
proposal at Comic-Con in front of Kevin Smith.
You've lived your whole life loving this shit. She wants you for one goddamn day. He's like, no, put a Star Wars figure on that cake, or I can't do it. Fucking idiots. With a football themed wedding.
That's his way of telling her, just like, yeah, just so you know, I'm incorporating everything.
You're
the
not
thing
that
I love the
important.
most
Like a
because
preview into your
if
life.
you leave
I
me,
wouldn't do
I
it.
still have this.
Christ.
And when I look back at the
Green Bay
photos,
Packers
I'm not going to be
cake.
upset when I
Jesus.
see it. I'm like, at least my football team stuff was there.
Yeah.
At least we did it at Comic-Con. Like, that was a great Comic-Con.
Like the only way you can focus is with your whole fucking nerdery on a cake. Like, goddamn, dude, you gotta spend your whole life with this person.
I want to know the wives that get weddings like that, where like it's just like the dude's like, yeah, I'm kind of like a nerdy banker, and she's like, I need a Louis Vuitton wedding cake, and he's like, yeah, that sounds about right. It's like you have absolutely no say in this shit, dude. You didn't even know why you're doing this. Why am I here? Oh yeah, because my dad said I never get married to anyone hot, and I bought this chick. So
I want a Louis Vuitton wedding.
Oh, that's awesome. What a good theme.
that's so out of touch I am. Is that still a thing? Is that still like a brand people give a shit about?
No.
Anwar.
As soon as Kanye
No.
West got onto it, they're like, this nigga.
I want all of my tablecloths to be Jordache. That's still a thing, right?
Poppin'.
Can you make the cake out of jean?
Denim seat covers.
Just bridesmaids dresses all in denim with like
Denim
holes in
cakes
it.
is about to be the new shit.
Jay
too.
Moore or Jay Leno marries you.
in a Canadian
down.
tuxedo.
Just the fresh denim cake.
Remember when people were doing their car interior with like Gucci leather or whatever inside their cars?
I don't value cars at all. I don't.
No.
Like, if I can't crash my car and walk away, I'm like, oh well, whatever. Then I don't need that car. I can't do that.
Everybody's like buys the sports cars, and I've never been a guy that's like really into cars. Or like I like old cars, like old Chevys and stuff like that, Cadillacs. I think those are awesome looking because
Yeah.
they were like it was architecture. But people buy like, yeah, I got this, and I put turbo on it. I got NOS. I'm like, you know, there's a speed limit, right? Like, you're not supposed to go over this certain number, or else it costs you money.
Right.
Like that's what everybody's like.
Jail
What's your
time.
car that you want to get? I was like, I want a Scion XB. Like that shit's slow and it looks like a toaster. I'm like, why am I driving fast? Like I'm only allowed to go this much, or else I put people in danger.
Totally.
Driving
Yeah,
down
I
the
never
street in a
said that.
box feels so safe. Doesn't it? Just, I'm in my box. Nothing can
You
get
need
in
a
my
Scion
box.
XB so your hair doesn't get smushed
I
in
know.
the car. Like you got enough roof room.
My car's so fucking tiny, man. I need a Scion XB. If you listen to this, bring a Scion XB to the show next week. Let me test drive it.
I don't know what gets out of his car. It reminds me of The
Teach
Simpsons,
me
where
how
it's
to
like,
Teach me how
are
to
you
drive.
making fun of the size of my automobile?
I'm so big, dude, and I've gotten bigger, so I just fold myself into my tiny tin can car. And it's so low to the ground, the shocks are destroyed. Shocks are
Anwar
fucking
glues his
gone on my
arms to
car.
his knees, so he just puts his knees to his ears while
Just-
he's driving.
I'm like, I like a clown getting in that car, dude.
You should have suspenders on your car so you can just get through the bottom and walk around with you.
I'm gonna take the top off my car just so I can get in it easy.
He has a car. He prefers
Just
the light
step
rail. It's
inside.
more comfortable for him.
The light rail tows his car along the back.
But I will crash the shit out of that car, walk away from it, not give a
You are
fuck.
right. Dude. You
I
are right.
will.
Dude, with that, man, we got to wrap up. Sucks. We're having
Oh, yeah,
fun.
We'll take this into the parking lot.
You about to go race cars in the parking lot?
Yeah, we're going to go do donuts.
You got a car? You've got a car? Come on down.
2.
Valley Bar Shop.
That's what's up.
Thursday, September 3rd, 8 o'clock.
Doors open at 8. Show starts at 9.
Dean Del Rey, Jeremiah Watkins, Kristen Davis, Paul Iglesias, and Anwar Newton hosting.
And
I'll
Biez.
I'll be lurking in the back.
Making
Two
it all
dumpsters.
magical.
Two dumpsters.
Yeah, it's Between Two Dumpsters.
Between two dumpsters.
And we're
That's
not
a
talking
new
about-
Zach Galifianakis
Oh.
And we
podcast.
say it's between two
Between two
dumpsters. We're not
dumpsters.
talking about our act. We're talking
Between
about
two ferns. You guys are between two dumpsters. It's charming.
Oh, God. Everybody have a good week. We'll see you Thursday at the show.
Thanks, Nancy. Thanks, Kevin.
This has been another great presentation of the Four-Eyed Radio Network. You can catch more shows at foureyedradio.com.